I think it was just this is home for you, this is home for me.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, we just was like, yo, proper, yo, Nick, I. That's what it is.
I remember um, the one time we was on the bill for the first time. That was Guardians of the Gaza, I think.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So
Yes.
yeah, that was dope. But I think you came in. It was also a Thursday. I think it was after me, matter of fact. And you came in
For
with.
Ting a Ting?
I think you was a guest on Ting and Ting.
I
Yes.
was, and that was the first time I played here.
Yes.
That was the first time I played
So that's
here.
where I met you. And you had like a partner, somebody emceeing for you.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So yes, Guardian of Gaza was lit.
Yeah.
That was lit.
That was different.
Yeah, that was a whole different, and like looking back at that footage, you know, it always sweets me in a sense of like, I was the only girl playing and I got nothing but love from you guys. Like, it was just literally like,
Hell yeah.
it was like just the flow of you guys just literally like behind me, like backing me. Like, I felt like I wasn't there alone.
Like, not only is this like Rise Radio, shout out to the whole Rise Radio crew.
Bob?
This is always gonna be home, but the people that like generate and like gather here at Rise, everybody's always so genuine, right? So
Right.
like you brought up the fact that like, yo, I'm a female DJ, and like all I felt was support. It's like, bro, a select is a selector. Like that's it. It don't matter like you white, black, female, male.
You could
like
play,
it's-
you could play.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you know music,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, and for me too, it's always something where, for me, and he probably doesn't even know this, but when I'm playing around Twan, you know, I knew Twan before I was DJing
Right.
and MCing, and you know, it's just for me to always kind of like, Twan, I've been practicing, but not really telling him I've been practicing.
Yeah.
You feel me? So he's one of those bros for me that I'm just like, every time I'm around, I want him to be proud of, you know, every time I like touch a set, and because he's definitely been like rooting for me. So
Yeah.
for me to get that from him, from you, from Nerd, from Rick, from everybody, just, you know, alone, it was just great. It was a great
Nah, for
night,
sure.
yo.
It's always just feels like a family affair in here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Look out for Guardians of Gaza coming back to you.
Part 2.
Part 2 soon. But all right, no long talking, because yo, we chatting already. I didn't even get to ask no questions. Like, sheesh. But you know, I always kind of start off with, you know, how I met you, but also want to get into like the early, you know, childhood, you know, when you know, growing up, and
Okay.
what was that experience like? So where did you grow up?
So both of my parents are actually Brazilian.
What? Okay, so yes, wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I didn't know that about
Yeah.
you.
A lot of people always assume like, yo, you either Nigerian or like Jamaican or some sort of like Caribbean, but nah, I'm just a product of New York, honestly, bro.
I feel you.
But both of my parents born and raised in Brazil, came here
Wow.
like at 30 something,
Uh-huh.
and then I was born here.
Nice. So what was that like? What kind of made mom and dad come to the States?
It was kind of like, you know, your generic like want a better life
Okay.
to support the family back home.
Okay.
So yeah, they met in Brazil
Uh-huh.
at a party because
Uh-huh.
my dad was like always like the center of attention. Like, well, and I'll get into that if we want to get into that. And then
Yes,
like
yes.
my mom, like she just loved to dance, so naturally they met in that environment.
Okay.
Wasn't aware that each other came to New York and then met at a party in New York.
No way.
Yeah,
So they met at a party in Brazil.
yeah.
D-
Didn't
When
know
though?
that the other one was gonna go to New York too, and then they met like in somewhere in the story, I think.
Wow, look
Yeah.
at that. It's like they were meant to be.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, meant to be. And then you came along.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
where were you born in what borough?
So I was born and raised in Queens,
Okay.
in Sunnyside, New York.
Bob?
But you know, I feel like I've been adopted by Brooklyn only
Okay.
because everybody always assumes I live in Brooklyn.
I thought you
Right.
lived in Brooklyn.
I do everything in Brooklyn. I eat, I party, I work, but just sleep in Queens.
I see.
You know what I mean?
So you are adopted by Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You are. It's okay.
I gotta
love
get
it.
certain validation for some certain people, but yeah, for the most part, I think I've been adopted, accepted.
Definitely. So now with mom being and both parents being from Brazil, what were they playing now in the household? Did they have like different tastes in music, or was it
Yeah,
the same?
I mean, it was definitely foreign. You know what I mean? So it was more like samba, more like pagode, more like, you know, forró. It's like
Wow.
like different genres of Brazilian music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that was kind of what I grew up with. And then being that they lived here, that we grew up around a lot of like Hispanics.
Okay.
My father loved like salsa and like bachata, so we grew up on like that shit too. You know what I mean? Like he would just tune into the radio on a certain channel and it was salsa on, and he would just just rock out.
Nice, nice. And as far as like mom, was she like heavily like in like any specific genre, or she was just like all around just
Nah, I mean she understands like melodies and drums and stuff like that. So even when like I introduce her to stuff, like she has the things that she likes and she has the things that she doesn't like. But it's like, you know, it's all a vibe for her.
Nice, nice. And she's a dancer, like you said, like she dances, so it just gotta sound right to her. She don't really gotta
exactly.
Got you. Feel you. Do you have any siblings?
I have a half brother.
Okay, nice.
Half brother lives in Italy.
Okay.
He lived here for like maybe like 3-4 years, but yeah, he's well over like older than me.
Okay, got you.
So yeah, we still in touch. We still close, but we live 2 different lives. Like he's all the way in Italy. I'm over here. So
nice. Okay, lit. So what school did you end up going to out here? High school.
Okay, so in high school, I went to Catholic school my whole life.
Okay.
Because my parents had this whole like, public school is like terrible.
Okay, you had those parents. They were just like not with the public
super
school.
concerned, just like, yo, like I'm not gonna let you be the one.
Yeah.
Come home with a story, but I was just like, bro, like, all right, whatever. But I went to Christ the King.
Okay.
For 4 years.
Okay,
so,
nice.
You know, grew up playing basketball my whole life. Like that was kind of all I knew. Everything that I did was in order to make sure that I could keep playing, like school, all that shit. So.
Okay, got you.
So.
Was there any like other like sports or anything else that like you were doing like
Nah,
that's
what's funny too. Like it was, I look back at myself when I was in high school and I was like, bro, you really did one thing and one thing only. Like, it was just basketball or nothing, like or just like regular hanging out. Like you know what I mean? There weren't no specific hobbies. There wasn't no like exploring like, oh, let me try this new thing. It was like, yo, basketball, and that was it.
Got you. So were you wasn't interested in anything else at the time, or was it just like the school wasn't offering like anything else crazy that you were into?
I mean, Christ the King is sponsored by LeBron James,
right?
So like it's a big basketball school. So like if you're gonna be in it, you want to be like, you know, 10 toes in it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's either all in or nothing. So that was really what we focused on, like the year, like all year round. There wasn't like no time to be like, all right, let me take a break from this and then just focus on like some fun shit. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? But,
got you. So as far as that experience and growing up in Queens, you kind of was like open to, were you at the time like open to like building up your own music? Because I know like we had iPods, we had like different MP3 players. Were you somebody that that was building up music from like a young age and like? Yeah,
for sure. So I definitely had LimeWire. I had, what was the other thing? Kazam. It was all like a situation where like I needed to have music.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Growing up, especially like both of my parents, they would be really into like going out and seeing like live Brazilian bands. So now it's like you see like the drummer, you see the guitars, you see like everything. You know what I'm saying? And then the dances. So it's just like, yo, I was automatically like born into loving music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as soon as I got a computer, I was figuring out how to get on the internet, download these torrents, and then now it's like, all right, now I can burn some CDs and like play it on my CD player at home or like whatever, and then like shut it off when like my parents came in. But
right.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
So you was definitely on top of it as far as like making those mixes and just like making sure that musically like you had what you wanted to listen to.
Yeah, for sure. And it would be like super different. Like we would go from like Tupac Resurrection song on that album to like some random like Limp Biscuit or like some 41. It was different.
But I feel like it was like where like you can't really create playlists like on CDs like unless you have one CD that's just R&B and just but to be as specific as it is today, like you couldn't do that. So
absolutely.
It was definitely where you was jumping from freaking, I don't know, a Little John song to now like a freaking Monica song, and it's just like all in one.
Yeah.
Got you. So now I want to get into, when was that moment where you either saw a turntable, saw a DJ, and was just like, I want to learn how to do that?
Oh shit. Okay. This is a funny story actually. So The first time that
Don't
I
leave
decided,
nothing out either.
no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just like trying to figure out what order I should go. So the definitive moment when I decided like, yo, I'm going to be a DJ was actually at a festival.
Okay. What festival
And
is
it's a
it?
festival I've played at, Greatest Day Ever.
Oh, check you out. Love it. I love the turnaround. The
Yeah,
circle.
it's crazy how things come full circle. But
Right.
um, I had already been thinking about it. Like one of my roommates in college, Pat Parker, he passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He always told me like, yo, bro, whenever there's like music that I want to listen to, I'm pulling up to your room. You know what I mean? Like we dormed, and like he was one of my roommates, so he's like, yo, bro, like we dead ass sat there and listened to one of Drake's albums, like 1 through 15. And it was just like, yo, bro, we really broke it down to like, yo, what this means and like what we thought he was thinking at that time.
Nice.
It was crazy. So music always been on the back of my mind, like, yo, bro, you know good music, but like, what am I gonna do with that?
Right.
So I went to Greatest Day Ever in like 2015, and that lineup was ridiculous. Travis Scott closed out, but right before Trav was Walshy Fire. And I remember Walshy getting ready to play, and like he just like looped some sort of instrumental just to like so he could talk. And he was like, yo, I'm about to take you on a trip around the world. And he said, yo, I'm gonna take you to Brooklyn and play like hip hop, like the real hip hop. I'm gonna take you to the Caribbean, play some soca, some dancehall, some reggae. I'm gonna take you to, well, I don't think Afrobeats was a thing, like a poppin' thing in New York at that point. But he just listed a whole bunch of genres that he was about to hit in his set. And I'm looking up and I'm like, bro, I know everything that he's talking about. Right? And I know like most of these genres like pretty well. So then whatever, he started DJing. And like he did like a stage dive from the thing. The stage dive was not what caught my attention, right? Because they threw him back onto the stage. After he got back behind the booth, like I looked around and it's just like thousands of people like all in unison, bro. Like everybody's jumping up at the same time. Like hand movements is just like very similar. Like everyone, I'm just looking around. It's like, yo, it's thousands of strangers right now having a fucking blast. And this dude is responsible for that shit.
Right.
And then at that point, I was just like, yo, bro, I want to be responsible for some shit like this. Like, this is the shit that, like, I want to do this. Like, I want to be responsible for somebody's fucking memory that they going to tell their kids. They going to tell mad friends that they, like, meet for the first time. Or, like this is always going to be, like, a memorable moment.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So, like, basically just creating memories for people. That was what it was for me.
Oh, I just love those moments, though.
Yeah, bro.
Just seeing that crowd control, that can take you over the edge.
I tell people all the time that, like, that moment was not only, like, out of body, but I was just like, bro, like, it was almost like I saw myself in his spot.
Yeah.
Like, before I even, like, really tapped in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was just funny that I got, like, booked for them. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yo, the moment that started everything, I eventually made it to, like, to where he was, yeah.
Let's stop and flow like a river. Nah, literally, that's lit. We're going to talk about that, definitely. So now seeing that, was it like a, you know, after seeing that, where was the journey now? Where did you start to now kind of have to learn and, like, what was that now, like, that journey, like, of now, like, okay, what are you playing on first? Who are you with now trying to learn?
Okay. So just like you have, like, that relationship with Twan, where it was like, yo, I want to make sure you proud. I also have a mentor. His name is DJ Turkey.
Big up.
Shout out DJ Turkey.
Yeah.
But he's one of my good friends from high school's, like, older brother.
Okay.
So I had met him because I went to go visit Kareem's my boy's name in college. And he DJ'd one of, like, Kareem's house parties. So I was like, oh, cool, he's a DJ. So when I decided, like, I was going to DJ, I was like, damn, bro, who do I know that's a DJ? So he was the first person that popped in my mind. And I was like, yo, bro, this is something I might want to do. Like, can I come through and see, like, what I got or whatever? Can we talk about it? He's like, all right, cool, but I live in Staten Island. And I'm like, oh. Sorry to hear that. But, like, you know, I got the whip, so if you make time, like, I'll make the time.
Right.
I went one day. I got there, like, 12:30. I left at, like, 7 o'clock. Mind you, I had, like, work the next day. And it was even to the point where like, yo, like he was just like, yo, dude, like you gotta go. You know what I mean? Not on some rude shit, but it's like, yo, we spent 6 hours like
Literally doing
working on this. Yeah. After that day, every Sunday from like I want to say like 4 or 5 months, I was going to Turkey's crib.
Wow.
Like just practice on his controller. I still have the controller. Like I'm getting that shit framed. You know what I mean? Because in the beginning, like I was just carrying that like right under my arm, backpack on, laptop, and then whatever connection I needed to do. Like it was that controller that took me there.
Nice.
And he sold it to me because he wanted to upgrade. So he wanted to get the next controller, and I needed something to practice on, so I'm not driving to Staten Island every week.
Right.
So, yeah, we like kind of like it was like, yo, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and then yeah, that was it.
That's lit. What were you playing on? Do you remember the term?
Yeah, it's a DDJ SR.
Okay.
So like now I think like there's a SR3, but yeah, the SR, that shit was. I got some memories on that shit.
Nice. So was it like when you did start playing, were you kind of sticking to a specific genre or just kind of top 3 genres, or you just all around wanted just all music you were playing?
Nah, I mean, it was so mixed up because like I wasn't organized. Like I wasn't an organized human being. You know what I mean? I'm more organized now. I'm like older, but still like going through my little shambles. But yeah, I wasn't organized at all. But so like I ended up having maybe like 7 to 8 different genres, but like not even that many songs in the beginning. Maybe like 60 songs.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it was just mad randomness that I was just like kind of mixing, trying to make it work. And then like as I got more in lessons with Turkey, it's like, yo, bro, a whole day has to be dedicated to just getting music.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't just download a couple things and like whatever. But yeah, like it was just so many different genres, but like hip hop was always it.
Nice.
You know?
Nice. So now like you kind of, you know how to play, and you kind of like, I wouldn't say style yet, but still trying to figure out that style. Was there any, besides Washi inspiring, you to kind of start, but what was there any other DJs that was on the scene or that you looked up to when you were starting this journey? Yeah,
for sure. So the couple DJs actually, it was actually a tournament, a DJ tournament that introduced me to like a whole realm of DJs that I didn't even know existed.
Do you remember the
Red Bull 3 style?
Okay, nice.
So like immediately off that, I think it was 2016, like I became a fan of DJ Puffy.
Nice.
Like the way that he would cut and incorporate his cuts into like still party rocking was just like, it was different.
Yeah.
So then from that tournament, I got to know like a little bit about him. And then from there, like I got to see the people that he was around and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely got a couple like Puffy, 4 Color Zach is dope. Just Jay, he actually DJ'd here. Just Jay, he linked us here. Shout out Just Jay.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just a crazy way of expressing.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Just so much creativity, and it's just like and then incorporating the art form where it's like cutting. Like I love to cut. You know what I mean? So
yes.
it just hit a little different for me. So like that realm of DJs where it's like 3 style. Yeah, that's inspirational for sure.
I feel you, and I definitely feel like you'll be on. Are you interested in doing like tournaments?
I was
what
at a certain point, but yo, them shit is long as hell, and it's like, you're not really guaranteed nothing. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So like, I love being a part of cool shit. I did so much cool shit in the summer and like, in my whole career, but. Bro, like, we got bills to pay. You know what I mean? So for me to be, like, away for, like, 10 months, because that's how long it'd be, like, 10 months.
No way.
Like, 8 to 10 months, yeah, the tournament. Like, you have to submit, like, your, like, admission video in, like, August, September. And then it goes through, like, I think, like, March or April. So, like, that's mad time that you just not in no clubs or like not making no money at no lounges, like nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a crazy commitment.
Right.
And like the payoff is OD, but it's just like, yeah, like am I really about to sacrifice like 7, 8 months of gigs and stuff? So yeah, it's tough.
Nah, I feel you. We gonna see how we feeling. We gonna see how we feeling a year or a few later on. But nah, that's definitely lit. So now kind of knowing, who kind of influenced and you building that style of yours, was there. How did you come up with proper etiquette to kind of
Oh,
brand?
like the name?
Yeah, the name.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
first of all, are you gonna tell me your real name?
Nah.
Okay, you gonna tell me off the interview?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Because that's how we just filter who's allowed in our spaces.
Yes,
bro.
I agree.
Like if you.
I'll tell you my real name too.
Okay.
After we
Okay, cool.
All right, boom.
So yeah, like we got to filter because it's like a lot of, yo, proper, like, okay, that's cool. And if I know you, I know you.
I know you, right.
But if it's like, yo, proper, like, or like, yo, etiquette, then like if people say, yo, etiquette, I'm like, oh, this dude don't know who the hell I am. Yeah. He just knows like how to read a flyer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. You could get caught up, bro. You could get caught up. It's a lot of people that be in your space. We got to allow the right people in our spaces.
Yes, I agree. So wait, how did you come up with the name?
This was frustrating as hell. I'm not going to lie. This was harder than learning like a lot of cuts and stuff like that. So I was trying to figure out my DJ name and like rearrange the letters in my actual name and then try with like rearranging the letters in my last name, and it'll make sense afterwards.
Okay, I got you.
But basically, I thought about like my upbringing, right? My mother worked on Park Ave her whole life. Wow. You know what I mean? So anytime like we sat in with like friends of hers from over there, it was like 2-floor condo, like on Park Avenue in the upper like east side. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So it was like you kind of had to like behave a certain way. You kind of had to condone yourself like a certain way.
Right.
So like I'm over here sitting at a dinner table and like stressing out, like worried about if I'm standing up straight, if I'm bringing it, like it was just.
If you bring it up too, you
yeah,
know,
like it was just too much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I couldn't be watching like TV when they were around. I couldn't like play no games. Like it was just like a person that my mother wanted them to believe I was that I just wasn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I feel like it's kind of been that routine my entire life where like people have been trying to like tell me what's right or what's wrong. But like what's to dictate what's right or what's wrong?
Right.
You know what I mean? What's to dictate like what's actually proper? You know what I mean? So then that's when I was like, oh shit, like, you know, I'm gonna dictate what it is. So that's what I'm gonna call myself.
Right.
Proper etiquette. And that's how it came. Like, yo, bro, but this took, no lie, maybe 5 weeks.
So, like, in that 5 week span of time,
yeah,
you were just like, this is the main goal for me to figure out this name. Whatever experience I have, like, it was no other names before that you kind of thought about. It was just like, I don't have a name. I need an experience to hit me to get a name.
There was definitely names. I'm absolutely not telling you what they were.
Oh, my God.
They were terrible.
Can you tell me one? Just one. Come on.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
Off the air, maybe.
Okay, off the air. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't get the scoop. I'm going to get the scoop.
Just know, I will say this. Okay. Just know there is a notebook somewhere in my house that I refuse to even open up again. An entire, like, composition notebook. Of just me trying to figure out names, yeah. You know what I mean?
We got to come over, y'all. We got to look for that notebook.
That shit getting burned after today. But yeah, it took a minute, bro. It took a minute. Like I was pretty comfortable in that controller when I finally figured out my name.
I was just about to say that. So now that gives you more like of a right, I'm here, this is me.
Yeah.
And especially, you know, when you have a story behind your name and how much that kind of means to you, where it's like, I didn't just like, because, you know, I could go back to like Mahogany too. She also was just like, you know, she wanted a name, but, you know, she was researching different things. Like, for some people, it just come like that, or their dad gives them their name, or you get what I'm saying? But
no, for sure.
For people to really like research and take time to really figure out like what their name should be.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah, it was just a lot of deep thought, to be honest with you, and a lot of like very terrible names, but like we got okay.
We here now. Proper etiquette.
And I'm not gonna lie, like shout out to my partner Israel.
Big up Iz.
He didn't like it in the beginning.
He didn't?
Nah. He was like, nah, scrap that. I was like,
was there a certain name he was with?
No, because I didn't even dare to tell. Bro, I'm telling you,
didn't tell nobody.
They were terrible. They were terrible. I was nervous telling them proper etiquette, to be honest with you, because I was just like, yo, like, I don't know, but it hits for me.
But it hits right.
So he was just like, nah, don't do that. And I was like, nah, I'm going to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not going to lie. That's a similar story to me coming up with Nikki Anticss. One of my friends was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm like, but I'm feeling it. So
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just try to go with it. And
imagine you not being Nikki Anticss right now.
imagine me not giving you Anticss. Like, I don't know who I would be. I don't want to think about it. But, yo, let's get back into it, of course. So now you have your name. You have, you're kind of like now you could say on the scene. Do you remember that first gig where?
Oh, absolutely. It took a minute.
It took a minute?
It took a minute because we were throwing, even before I started DJing, we was throwing parties.
Okay.
Like, our main party was at the Drum, in like the Lower East Side.
Uh-huh.
And like I didn't even like. This definitely had to play a part in me DJing because like it would be my job to bring the DJ stuff to the parties that we were throwing.
Okay.
Right. So then it's like, oh, I'm looking at a piece of equipment. I don't know what the hell this do, but you know what I mean. I'm just like, I see it. It looks cool. So like, whatever. I definitely forgot your question.
No, it's okay. Your first gig.
Oh,
Boom.
right. Okay,
It's
perfect.
fine.
So after emailing and not getting any responses ever, my first gig outside of our own parties was at Enid's or Enid's.
Okay.
Yeah, in Williamsburg. It was like this cool ass dive bar. Like it was like no dress code, no nothing. It was just like
come as you please.
A restaurant that turned into like a fucking lounge at night. And like I remember going there for the first time and just hearing like mad Gucci in Williamsburg, and I was just like,
word?
What?
Yeah.
Like who are you? Like up there, who are you playing music? So it was cool as shit. It became one of our favorite spots to go to.
Nice.
And then like we reached out like, oh, like let's give it a shot. And they answered. Shout out KDS from Ballers Eve. He's a DJ there that handles like bookings and stuff like that. He gave me my first shot, and like yeah, unfortunately they closed down like during the pandemic. So
damn.
Yeah, that was tough. I had a little moment.
Yeah, because that was the first breakthrough in a sense, if you would say.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you could tell me too, like DJs trying to get their first gig when nobody knows anything about you. Like I was honestly nobody. Like I didn't have no experience. I didn't have nothing. But it's just like trying to get that first gig is like damn near impossible. Like you really have to like be tapped in.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that they gave me that one shot and they really knew nothing about me, like it was dope.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
And now you botting up big stages. So big up to them and big up to all of those that didn't reply to the email. Like it's okay. It's okay because the price done gone up. So
nah, for sure.
So I want to talk about was one of these parties before not parties before, but what these parties that you guys were throwing, was it the Flashback Friday party?
Was it the what?
The Flashback, is it Flash Fridays? Flashback Friday. Flash Fridays? Was that your event?
No. From like Tender Trap and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, that was something that we was featured on.
Okay.
Like it was another situation like Enid's that homie like gave us a shot because he heard us at Enid's. Oh, matter of fact, homie used to play at Enid's too, and he was like, "Oh, you're dope. Like, let me get you where I be DJing on Fridays."
Okay, lit.
So, yeah, and shout out to Tender Trap. That's along with Enid's, Tender Trap was a spot. Like, I feel like a lot of these places opened up my ears musically. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Because we knew like the radio shit, but we didn't know like the Fathers of the World, or like you know I Love McConan, but it was like that Tuesday track. You didn't know that he had like a whole catalog. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was just like the like non-mainstream shit that I was like finding out at this point in time.
Right.
And it was just dope.
No, that's lit.
It was fire.
That's definitely lit. But you've definitely touched a lot of spaces. Brooklyn, like you said, like we adopted you.
Yeah.
But you've been in like
thank God.
Lot 45.
Queens ain't it.
Queens ain't it. It's all right. We love y'all.
I love Queens.
Don't
but
get me wrong.
Partying in Queens,
it's
I don't got enough pointy shoes for that.
Yo, I'm crying. but you did you touched plenty spaces in Brooklyn, um, and I want to kind of talk about Shemansky because that's some place
Oh
where
man.
you've definitely like I feel like you've grown with Shemansky and just being a resident DJ there. How did that kind of come to that opportunity?
Yo, it's crazy because everything is really like a coincidence, but at the same time, it's just like opportunity presenting itself, and then
Right.
like you just being ready to like really just
Show.
take full advantage.
Right.
Shout out to Treese. Treese had thrown Mixie Brunch there,
Yes,
right? And
I
then he
remember that.
like Mixie Brunch, a big event. Like shout out to Mixie Brunch, the whole general public. They do a lot of dope things like throughout the year and during the summer with like dope barbecue and stuff like that.
Nice.
So he had made that initial contact with Shemansky to do Mixie Brunch, and it was just like a movie. Like Flip De Niro pulled up off the strength, did like a song or two. Like it was nuts. And then you know, the owner was like, yo, this is the stuff that I want in my club.
Right.
So he's having a conversation with certain people.
Right.
And then it was just like kind of yo, this is the fam. Like, we doing stuff here. Like, let's do it together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So then he met up with me, and he asked me if I wanted to, you know, try and get like a consistent thing going there, like on some once a week. And I was like, cool. Like, not once a week. I'm sorry, once a month.
Got you.
And then I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's not too aggressive for me. Like, you know, but it builds like we can build a little family here.
Right.
And then something happened, and he was like, yo, forget once a month. Let's do every week. And it was like something that like one of the goals was to get a residency, right?
Right.
But I didn't know how prepared I really was to do a residency, like not by myself. I have my partner Israel. Shout out Iz. But
Shout out, yes.
like, are we ready to do this every week and like produce numbers every week? It was something that we've never done before.
Right. And of course, scary, don't know, don't want to
Yeah,
disappoint.
like I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, oh damn, like I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? We do our certain parties like once every other week, but to like, I don't know how to get everybody outside like once a week,
Weekly,
every Saturday.
Yeah.
So, just like anything else though, it's just like, yo, like fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean? And then like so many opportunities came from that, bro.
No.
Like some of my favorite, actually, like maybe my all-time favorite. No, there's two all-time favorite moments in that building came this summer.
Cause y'all was beating down this summer.
Yeah.
Y'all was lit.
Yeah, it was. It all happened so fast, to be honest with you.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It happened really fast. Like the way I saw the momentum of it, I was like, wow.
It was crazy because like Twitter had started some shit where it's like, yo, I can't wait for Shemansky to be back. Everybody talking about Club Shimmy. And then I feel like it was Litnick. Shout out the whole wave.
Shout outs.
Litnick. And then everything else just went on like, we went 200 miles an hour after Litnick. You know what I mean? Because it was that time where like clubs opened back up. Shemansky like cleared. And I literally went from Litnick to Shemansky like that night that we did the party.
Nice.
So it was insane, bro. And I feel like our foot was on the gas till like October. And then after that, like, you know, with the weather and all that shit, and like, you know,
It was just.
let's keep it 100, like unemployment ran out. So it's just like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it kind of calmed down, but it's still a vibe though.
Yeah.
Shout out the whole Shemansky crew.
Shout out to the whole Shemansky crew. And big up Proper because Proper brought me to Shemansky.
Oh, no, for sure.
Time.
And there's going to be more. We've already been.
I appreciate it,
Yeah.
definitely. And like you said, there'll be more, you know, me and you, we're going to work, definitely.
Yeah, if you want to know specifically, the names in there was me, you, SB Sounds, Khalil for a situation. But we're going to talk about that
We're
later.
going to talk about that later. Y'all don't get that scoop. No.
We're going to talk about that later.
So even, you know, with things that was going on there, it was some opportunities that I saw that were big opportunities as far as like Rema, he came
Yeah, that was
and
fire.
played there. And you were on that lineup as well. What was that whole experience like too as well?
It was fire. I mean, for me, because I was there to host that night.
Okay.
For me, it was more of just absorbing the culture.
Nice.
You know, growing up in New York, we kind of tapped into everything to an extent.
Right.
depending on where you like located. But I mean, the African culture is just like amazing because it's kind of similar to like Caribbean culture and like Brazilian culture where it's like everything revolves around music.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just like we kind of relate in that way.
Aspect, right.
Yeah, in that aspect exactly.
Nice.
So just seeing like kind of a little bit of the background, like the DJs that were playing, and just like, you know, like
Them
I'm
tapping into the sound.
Yeah,
that
like,
you don't
it's
really
like-
hear.
I could play some Afro beats and like some piano and stuff like that, but like to get like the deep cuts, like the tracks that like you gotta be from there to
Right,
know
to
about
know,
it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it was dope to just be in the building at that point. And then Rema's dope.
Yeah.
Rema's dope.
No, that's lit. I don't know who. I think it was Rick.
Yeah.
Rick's story. I was just watching, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm in love with your booty bounce. I'm in love. I was over there just jamming. I was just like, I know a few people that went out there that night. I don't know why I didn't go. I don't know if I was here, but I was just like, I'm just glad to see that, you know, that culture and that is like being represented right, because from the lineup to everything, like I was just like, wow, that's dope.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
And I would have felt a little weird if I was, because if I was the DJ, like they were considering it, but I was just like, nah, like, you know, like they're gonna do this shit justice.
Right.
You know,
right,
shout out
right,
Major League DJs, shout
Right.
out G Flame, like
right.
DJ YB, DJ Hold Up, like,
Big up.
bro, like they shut that shit down.
And you dropped a gem low key just now. I don't know if you know, but it's not all those opportunities DJs watching right now that you have to take on because you feel like, yeah, you're the best DJ, but there are other DJs, like you said, that kind of research and really go in for this music. And
Yeah.
they really tap in from being from the culture, in the culture, and just knowing what the music and how it should kind of play. So the fact that you even just looked at that and was just like, nah, I could play, but I just know that these people going to hit it for what it is. Exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
exactly. And like I have a small relationship with SK83. Like he's a big time DJ in Germany. You know what I'm saying? Plays big ass festivals, but like with turntables and shit. Would it make sense for me to be on an electronic bill? Like hell no. Like could I probably be if like I like networked in those like rooms and in those conversations? Like yeah, but
Right.
it don't make no sense for me to
Right,
be involved
right.
in that. So I'm a fan of music at the end of the day. I feel like we all fans as
Yeah.
DJs, so that should be the focal point to like get that aesthetic that you know that this genre deserves. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
like I might not have been able to fulfill that. You know what I mean? And it's not like no shade on me or like no shade on nobody else. It's just like yo, bro, I'm a fan, so I know like
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly. You said it. Yep. That's that. So I want to talk about too now, Good Vibes,
Yes.
because that is like I just feel like you and y'all have a special relationship, and I just love hearing you guys like I don't know how you guys like came to on some like, which I really want to know, like how you guys kind of came to.
Yeah. I mean that's my blood, whether or not the DNA test showed that or not.
Nice.
I've known him since I was I'm gonna age myself a little bit. I've known him since I was 8. I'm 30 now.
Well, you're not. You just didn't want to tell your age.
I mean, I'm cool.
Okay, got you. What you
Like
know?
I'm just like, you know, it's different because I'll be walking into rooms and I'll be like, yo, like at the time I was 29 and it's like, oh yeah, like okay. I'm like, all right, how old are you? I'm like, oh, like 22. I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Okay, I get it.
Like, you know what I mean?
All
Like
right,
it would
I see
just be
what you're
like, all right, like I really had to like.
You the old guy in the room.
Yeah,
but
I'm like-
not really old.
I'm like, not me being the old head in the room. Like, that's different.
No, I feel you. But you guys' relationship.
But yeah, like that's plus 20 years right there.
Nice,
You know what I mean?
Nice.
And you know, it's just it's easy to make friends. It's hard to have the same vision as somebody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because most of the time, when you have a vision, you got to convince somebody else that vision is it.
And
you know
for
what I
them
mean?
too, isn't it?
For them to, yeah, exactly. For them to be fully on board,
Right.
it's like, yo, like I gotta convince this person that what I'm saying makes sense.
Right.
But it was kind of just like, yo, I think we should do this. And then the other one was just like, that's crazy. I was just about to tell you that. You know what I mean? So like it wasn't no, like as you said, there was no long talking. Like it was just like we knew what it was. We knew what we could do. We know what we still can do. And then we just gonna work towards that.
Nah, that's lit. That's lit. So how did Good Vibes come about? Is it Good Vibes Worldwide?
Yeah, Good Vibes Worldwide.
Nice.
Shout out the whole team.
Shout outs.
Israel, Cyrus, TK.
Big up. How did
it
that
first
come to?
started with like us just throwing parties, like I said. You know what I mean? And we was just trying to figure out a name to try and get like, you know, a consistent crowd or whatever. And it was just the first thing that we figured like made sense. You know what I mean? Like we tried a bunch of things, but it was just like, yo, like we trying too hard. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's like kind of wherever like that crew of people go, it's always a genuine energy. It's always good energy, and it's always like good vibes.
Right.
So it's like, yo, we want to take these good vibes and go everywhere with it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We've been to Toronto for like Bantam. We've been to like LA. We were supposed to go to London and France and all that stuff, and it's gonna circle the block for us. But it was just the point of like carrying ourselves a certain way everywhere we went.
Right.
So it's like, yo, like we just gonna bring the good vibes like to the world, like worldwide.
Nice.
So that's how we came up with that.
Okay. So and kind of like, what are you guys' main goals? Like you already said, you know, kind of bringing that vibe everywhere y'all go, but is there something specific that, you know, everybody wants to bring good vibes where they go, but is there something specific that's different with the vibe that you guys like choose to bring? Yeah,
I mean, so initially we hated the whole like bottle table situation VIP. Right now we understand why that's a thing.
Right.
As we got older, whatever. But the idea is just like, yo, we nobody's above anybody else. You know what I mean? In the party. We don't want to create a situation where you feel less than because somebody's spending more money or like whatever. Like it's a level playing field. Everybody's here to have a good time.
Right.
So that's kind of just the message behind it. Like, yo, like you not above or beneath anybody else. Like you're here for the same reason that the next person is. You know what I mean?
I love that. And I think that there should be more spaces or more movements, because I feel like we've definitely got into a culture of bottle popping.
Yeah.
And like you said, like if I'm standing here and I don't got a table and a bottle, am I broke or am I
are you
not
valid?
am
like,
I valid? And it's like, I know for me, I'm not in a party like, oh shoot, they looking at me. But there's some people where they're just like, they have that type of mindset. And I just feel like people got so much shit going on in their life that is just like, it's not that serious for that to become a narrative in a sense.
Yeah, and it's the overthinking too, like where you feel like, yo, I'm not supposed to come out unless I have a specific amount of money to spend, or if I'm with a certain like type of people, or like it's just weird thoughts that like people's heads just be wandering through.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I get it to a certain extent, but I've never understood it. If that makes sense, like I see why that's a thing, but I don't understand like me myself why I would put myself in that situation. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, but that's definitely big up the whole Good Vibes Worldwide team. Keep pushing that movement. I'm all here for it. And like you said, like it's just something where we have to change the narrative of what's going on. Because,
absolutely.
You know, if we don't do it, who's gonna do it?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So I want to get into, you was a little model. Back in a little, I don't see the pictures like that anymore.
I don't know about a model.
But no, you was modeling. You had mad. Listen, I do my research.
Nah, I feel you, but
so it was I don't know if it was your clothing brand you was doing it for, but is that something that you kind of just faded out of and kind of like it's only DJ pictures now and not like I'm in this nice fit, take my picture, put me on to what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, well, for one thing, like the work that I got now is like thankfully very consistent.
Okay.
So I feel like I don't know what to post other than the flyers at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like, especially like, yo, this summer was stressful because I had to be strategic about where, like, how and when I wanted to post, because it was just like, it was just too much shit to post.
I feel you.
Um,
Gets overwhelming.
yeah, but I mean the clothing brand thing, it would like, I'm a big believer in just supporting your friends.
Okay.
So it's like, my friends make dope shit. Like, why am I not helping them? You know what I'm saying? It's not so much as like, I don't know about modeling. Modeling is Izzy's realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more of that. But like, you know, like fashion is like creative expression too. So it's like, if I wear this shirt, like how many people are gonna ask me about it, right? How many people are gonna be like, oh, like dope. Like what brand is that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And now it's like, yo, I'm bringing my boy business. You know what I mean?
Got
like I'm wearing
you.
one of his shirts right now. Shout out Hype Kills.
Shout out. Look. Boom. You still on the, okay, I'm not going to use the word model.
Yeah.
You the ambassador.
Yeah, I mean, yo, like if your friends do cool shit, like why are you not
An ambassador for them. Why are you not promoting?
Yeah, like
you don't have to hold the shirt up. You can
it's
just wear
dope.
it.
Shout out Hype Kills. Shout out Maybe Today NYC, man.
Shout out. So now talking about your whole apparel, of course we got to get into this story because.
Oh yeah, I was wondering when this was coming.
Yeah. This is definitely. I wasn't gonna forget. You thought I was gonna forget. I wasn't gonna forget. But from the time I met you, since the time I met you, you've always had shades on, and it's like a few instances where I bump into you don't have them on. I'm like, let me look proper in his eye. So it's like, what's the story behind the shades? I have my own story in my head, but I'ma just let you tell your story, and then I'm gonna tell me. Why
okay, cool. So first of all, when people be like, yo, like, let me see your eyes, I'd be like, yo, bro, these are my eyes. Like,
okay, you didn't tell me that. I'm glad I didn't say, let me see your eyes.
Yeah.
You would have told me that. I'm like,
nah, I mean, I couldn't tell you everything. But honestly, it's so funny because people be like a couple weeks ago, Flygerian, shout out Flygerian, he was like, yo, bro, can I see your glasses for a second? And like, whatever, we was at the bar, that's the homie, I took them off. And I let him like see. He's like, he put them on, and he's like, yo, bro, how do you see in these? And I was like, I don't know. How do you know I do see? Like, yo, bro, like honestly.
Oh my gosh, what? So
people,
you just don't see him walking around? I'm confused.
No, I mean, I just don't want to give nobody a direct answer, but I will tell you the story today. So I remember it was a Sunday.
Okay.
2021, first day of 2021.
Okay, wow.
And I was actually here.
Okay.
And we was doing Any Given Sunday. It was one time we did Any Given Sunday. It was me, my mentor, DJ Turkey, and one of my good friends, DJ Mocha.
Okay.
And Any Given Sunday was kind of like that idea with like Red Bull 3 style. Play mad different genres, incorporate some cuts, and build a vibe like that.
Okay.
Excuse me. So I had like a care package from Master Dynamics, the headphone company.
Okay.
And I came and did a shoot or whatever, and like, you know, it was a situation where like you said, like brand ambassador. So I was like, yo, they sent me the headphones for free. Like, shout out to them. Like, let me do a little shoot. And I did it here.
Okay.
And like, just for like a look, I had my shades on.
Okay.
So then when I went to DJ, I was like, should I take my shades off? And I was just like, nah, I'm gonna just DJ with my shades on, like, so it looks cool for like the pictures or whatever.
Right.
And then I got off. Turkey was like, yo, like, you kept the shades on when you DJ. Did you see it? And I was like, yeah, I saw fine. Like, I see everything. And like, low key, I have like astigmatism. So like, my eyes be getting like mad watery if I stare at something for too long.
Okay.
But I honestly just told Turkey, I was like, yo, bro, like, and I was like drinking a little bit. I was just like, yo, like, I'm really not gonna let nobody see my eyes this year. And that's really all it was.
That's
like,
really all it was.
It was like, I think Ross came the next week because I came with like the same style shades. I always wear round shades.
Yeah.
But like, it would be a different tint. And he's like, yo, bro, like, we back with the shades. I was like, yo, bro, they not seeing my eyes all 2021. Wow. And it was just like, those two conversations when I decided, I was just like, yo, bro, I'm just going to wear shades everywhere I go. No matter if it's nighttime, daytime, like, yo, bro, why you got shades on at night? Like, so what? Like, I just decided, I was like, yo, nobody's going to see my eyes, bro. That's it.
Wow. What a.
It
I
was
would've-
like there's no like
There's
real
no real
deep
reason. Yeah.
like conversation. There's no like medical reason. It's just like I wore shades one day. I felt good.
And after that, you
After
just
that, I was like, yo, I'm just not gonna let nobody see my eyes for the rest of the year.
Wow. Y'all got the story. Let me tell you what I thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, okay. I thought that as a DJ, you just didn't want to make eye contact with those people that come up to you and want to request songs. Literally,
Oh,
I just was just like, okay, I think that's a good way to just be like looking at them in their direction, but not really paying them no attention.
yeah.
But
I mean, if you know DJs, like, you know, I'm sure you'll get like your requests. It don't matter if you make eye contact. It's like you'll be like, hello, ignoring them. They'll be like, hello. Like they're very bold nowadays. So it's
very
like
bold.
you could be Stevie Wonder, like, and it's fucking like they're still gonna try and get like wave in your face and fucking get your attention. You know what I mean? It's just
Like, can we stop with the requests this year? It's 2022.
yeah. I mean, it's never gonna stop.
It's never gonna stop. But I just played at Basquiat's the other day,
Yeah.
and these girls was just like, I didn't even play like 3 songs. I promise you, I didn't even play anything yet.
What did they? Okay, let's get into this a little bit for like a little bit. What was the request and what time?
I'm scared to tell you the request.
Oh shit.
So I got on at 12:30. The party was going till 4.
Right.
I got on at 12:30. The first request was Gyalis
At what time?
at 12, probably 32 or 33.
Okay.
And then
So you didn't even plug in your MacBook
I
charger
did,
yet.
I promise you, I'm literally about to load up the song, and Benjamin he's on the mic just talking and
Right.
yada yada yada. So probably as soon as I click the first song, they're walking up the stairs to come and tell me, and I'm just like, I don't know if y'all know, we don't have like on Serato. There's no like search and download songs. There's not there. It's not on there. Do you have unless you're giving me your title
The
account
shit is not YouTube.
or it's not YouTube. So now I have to go out of Serato. I have to go on either YouTube or the record box or whatever I have to get music to then search it. I'm supposed to be playing the next song already.
Oh my lord. That was your craziest request?
No, that wasn't my crazy.
Oh, just one of them.
It was
I
just
could,
one of them.
I could
but-
tell you my craziest
Yes,
request.
please tell me. Oh my God, I'm scared.
It was that. Yo, bro, I remember this shit so vividly because I was just like, nah, I'm about to pack my shit up. Bro, it was 921 at
Uh-huh.
Trophy Bar on
Uh-huh.
Broadway.
Okay.
Broadway, right? Or Myrtle. One of those.
Uh-huh.
And it was a 6ix9ine song. And this blonde hair, blue eyed girl requested, this is like 2018. Not that
Okay.
that makes it any better, but like
Right,
it was the
right.
whole, before that whole situation.
Okay.
But I'm like, blonde hair, blue eyes, like
Wait, what was you playing? Like, what were you playing? Like hip
me,
hop?
it's 921. I'm setting
Warming
a
up,
little
right?
vibe. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
playing like Swim Good, Frank Ocean, like, you know, people like, you know what I'm saying? Like building it up.
Right.
And
She just came in and said,
Shorty came mad aggressive, like, yo, play that. I don't even remember what was that. What was the 6ix9ine song that? I mean, let's not put attention to that. But it was a 6ix9ine song, and Shorty wanted it at 9:21.
like, was she about to leave?
Like they just dimmed the lights. Like,
yeah,
you know
like
what
I
I
was
mean?
about to say, like, what was the cutoff time? Like, I don't get it.
First it was, it's my best friend's birthday. Then it was, oh, we're about to leave. And I really looked at them. I said, get home safe.
Go.
Get home safe or dangerous, whatever.
Thank you for coming out.
You making like 6ix9ine requests, like, nah, I don't know about that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that. But yeah, it was a very bad time in the beginning. It got way better. Shout out Trophy Bar.
Shout out. Yeah, I'm glad we had this conversation too, because I kind of want to incorporate this question into next season. And as far as like requests, 'cause that's the thing that it really happens to DJs, and I'm like, how do you guys handle it? Like,
Yeah.
we all either just, some people ignore, some people literally just.
You can't ignore. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can't ignore.
I ignored them the second time when they was coming on stage because I seen them again coming to request something, and thank God my friend was with me.
Okay.
So I was ignoring them, and they started talking to my friend. So my friend was just like, yeah, right now it's like she's not taking any requests, like or whatever. I don't know what she told them, but they just left.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's kind of good sometimes having somebody there with you to just like if
Oh,
you
yeah,
are
for sure.
ignoring, you know.
Like is usually the one to be like, yo, like. And I was like, nah, just tell me. Like he don't even want to tell me
you,
sometimes.
yeah, I feel him.
Because he's like, yo, just focus, like just lock in, like just do your thing.
Especially when it's like off the genre, like
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with where you're going in the story you're telling.
Just a lot of stupidity. Like I'm like I'll look at him and I'll know it's like I'm like, bro, like just tell me, like just so I could get a laugh. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he'd be like, nah, I'm not even trying to get you upset. And I'm like, nah, bro, like bring it, like let me hear it.
Nah, I feel you. But that will happen, you know, DJs, that happens or whatever. But I'm glad we all kind of have a way of handling it and just still making it feel like, you know, what you want to request in here is valid, but might not play it.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Just respect it.
Yeah, it's respected. So, you know, we running on time, but I do want to get back to playing at the greatest day ever because we didn't even talk about that and that experience.
Yeah.
Like we come back full circle. And there's some other experiences too, like, you know, you playing at Coney Island for Ashanti.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you did Ari, Lennox,
Yeah.
like that.
I'm not gonna lie, the best moment up to date has been like there's two tied for first. One of them is Ari Lennox.
Okay.
And it was just cause it's crazy. Like you think about a moment and you think about like obviously everyone knows like Ashley, my girlfriend, right?
Yes. Big up Ash.
So it was just a fire moment, and her being a fan of music, it was just a fire moment to be on the stage, and like Ash is to my left, and then Ari's to my right.
Aww.
And it was just like, yo, bro, like I don't know if you would have got, like, and she fucks with Ari, so it's like I don't know if you would have got this experience had it not been for me like including it. Like
right.
I'm sure like you know you would have been like on a stage, but like the fact that I could give this to you, like it was just fire for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that.
Because we both fans of music, so it's like, yo, like if what I do can put us in these positions and in these spaces, like why I'm not gonna have you to share that?
Right.
You know
like
what
she's
I mean?
already happy for you. Now it's just like even for me, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, like now
that's
it's
just
like
dope.
just a crazy moment. You know what I mean? And greatest day ever, like that was just like. On the drive, like Izzy gave a whole speech because he was there with me when like I decided I wanted to do this DJ shit. So he gave a speech when we in the car, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I got emotional on that car ride, bro. Like, yeah, it was crazy because it was just like he knows, like he been there through everything.
Right,
you know what I mean? When shit was not looking good, when we was thinking about like, yo, bro, like I don't know if we could do this, nobody answering us, like blah blah blah, or shit look weak, like,
right,
you know what I mean? Like now we gotta like take the hits and like try and recover, like you know, second round, third round, fourth round. So it's like greatest day ever was just like a moment, bro.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It was just it was crazy, and it was just so many other moments that we had this summer and stuff like that. Just like, and all through the years. I haven't even been DJing for that long, to be honest with you.
Got you. You said 2015, was it?
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah,
so
2015.
I make year 7 in November.
Okay, nice. But you are very like, from like me just hearing you, I feel like you're very comfortable with just like taking us on a ride. Like I talk about when we played for Labor Day. Yeah. And like I obviously didn't know what you had set up or anything like that, but that whole probably, I don't know if you understand, for me, that was like one of the best times that I like MC'd wise, like feeding off your energy. And I get it. I'm not trying to steal your partner. I'm not trying to take it. I'm not trying to, but I get it. You get what I'm saying? And then some DJs that you really connect with, where it's just like they amplify your energy, where it's just like wherever he go, I'm good. I got it. I got you.
Yeah, nah, I appreciate that. And it's crazy because I always say like it'd be weird when like, I mean, I don't feel weird because I understand. Like, you know, we all a fan of music, so naturally I'm gonna be a fan of several DJs. Like,
Right.
and I told you when we booked you for Shemansky, like, yo, I'm genuinely a fan, and I tell everybody that like that I book or like that I reach out to, like I'm not gonna try and do something with you if I don't like what you do.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like just being like music lovers and then now translating that to like us manipulating music,
Right.
is just like, bro, like it's like a language, you know what I mean?
Literally, I felt like we were speaking
Yeah, like
a whole other language.
it's a language, and it's just like, you know, if you both speak that language, you're gonna communicate with each other, and that's like exactly what it was, without us saying too many words. You know what I mean? I think I turned and spoke to you like maybe like twice, like yo, and one of them was like, yo, do you want to pour me a drink real quick? And like the other one was like about music.
You was like, I'm about to slow it down and go into this, what you call it. So I'm gonna turn it down, and then you're gonna talk for a little bit, and then boom.
I didn't even have to tell you what to say, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a language.
Yeah.
Like, this DJ culture can be strange as hell, and that's like something we're gonna talk about a different day. But like, it's really a beautiful thing.
It is. And you know, to kind of like end off, you know, I kind of asked everybody this questions, and then I have my quick questions that I want to ask you.
Right.
But what is something that you've seen throughout your journey of being a DJ? Something on the scene where you feel as DJs that we can do better, whether it's playing music, whether it's dealing with, you know, promoters, whether it's MC, whatever it is, like, what have you seen within your years that you just feel like as a community we should get better at?
Our ego, man. Our ego. It's a very strange thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I mean, we named some of the names that I've worked with, like Rema, Cranium, Masego, Earth Gang, Boss, like Ashanti. Bro, there's days I still open up my own party, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I be there shelling and nobody being there. You know what I mean? I be waiting for people to walk in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it's a lot of people that, if you've been on these certain platforms, that's like, nah, like, fuck that. Like, I'm not opening. Like, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of people. I'm like, bro, like, you open one day, you'll close another day, or you get prime time, whatever. Like, your preference. Like, it depends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything's gonna come. I'm still Mixie Brunch, one of the biggest events, like, you know, that be going down in New York, like Dope Barbecue. Like, I still open up for that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I get placed in different spots, but like, I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Do you think that it's because DJs don't, and DJs either, like you said, ego, or what is it about playing early about, is it because you're not playing in front of a crowd?
I mean, everybody wants to play in front of a packed house, right? But what you don't understand is that there's an art to opening up a party the right way. You know what I mean? And like, let's be honest.
Yep.
Like, if the party's popping, people will get there from like the time the doors open. Especially if they know that you're the poppin' DJ, like where you're like setting a vibe from the moment the doors open up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now those people, they'll come to that event to see you early. And now what happens when you play a prime time somewhere else? You know what I mean? Now you building a fan base.
Right.
So I just think the thought of like, yo, it's either I'm playing in front of a full crowd of people or nothing has to change.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So
I definitely agree.
That's just how I feel.
Woo! Definitely. Yo, this was amazing. This was so fulfilling just to sit down, because like I said, I see Proper all the time. I just don't get to really sit down and meds with him. And I'm just so happy that we've got this time.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to keep having conversations.
And we're going to keep having
off Twitch, maybe on Twitch again at some point. But yeah.
Definitely there. Definitely. So I'm going to get into these quick questions. First thing that comes to mind, just shoot it out. Let me know. What's your favorite dish or food?
Pasta.
All right. Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite musical genre, and name the top 3 artists of that genre.
Oh, don't do that. Definitely dancehall.
Okay.
I mean, number one, without a question, is Vibes Cartel.
Okay.
Fun fact: me and Vibes Cartel got the same birthday.
Okay. Oh, your birthday was the other day.
Yeah.
Got you.
January 7th.
Yeah.
Vibes Cartel.
Forget it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna have to give it to Movado. And then that's very controversial, but yeah. And then the third one, nah, I'm gonna leave that blank.
What? No. Why
It's just
can't?
I feel like it's of who I listen to more rather than.
Is it two that you trying to choose between?
Nah, because if I really like sat and thought about it, I would like. It would take a minute, but like off the strength, like of me thinking mad quickly, like popcorn, like I love popcorn.
Okay, got you.
You know what I mean?
Okay, got you.
But like those have to be like my top three.
Top three. Aye. So, what do you prefer spinning on, DDJs, CDJs, or turntables?
Oh, damn. I'm not gonna lie, turntables, but they gotta be the new Pioneer joints, the PLX 1000s.
Okay, the new news.
Yeah.
Got you.
Just because I can't do that plus minus 8. Like, I'll be playing some songs fast.
Right.
So I need that range. CDJs is cool, but it's just, it's too electronic for me.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Hi. Where, is there any instrument you wish you could play?
Oh, man. Yeah. I wish I could have played the guitar.
The guitar. I definitely see you. Oh, my gosh. I see you being a guitar player.
My father has a bass guitar that I used to like play around with without his permission for mad long.
Okay, Dad. DocuDJ is not responsible for any of that. Okay, you did not hear that here first. Okay. So if you could have a one-time session with any DJ, who would it be?
Oh man, that's hard as hell. There's so many. But for what though? Nah, don't even answer that.
I mean, no. But you know what? Because you're not the only one that asked me that, so I can't be not. If you could have a conversation or a session, a DJ session, conversation or session, I should say, who would it be with?
Damn, that's crazy. Because there's a couple of them that I could actually have a conversation with in due time. There's also a couple of them that I have had a conversation with.
Okay.
Like I told you, I look up to DJ Puffy. I've had a conversation with Puffy.
Okay, got you.
So I mean, if I could continue that conversation or start a new conversation, I would. But if I was to try and any session with any DJ.
Yep.
Nah, I think it would have to be Jazzy Jeff.
Wow, you took it there.
Only because it would be several conversations, because he's the judge for Red Bull 3 Style.
Got you, yeah.
So it would be like, yo, I would ask, yo, who impressed you the most? You know what I mean? Then I would be like, yo, what does a practice session look like to you? You know what I mean? As far as cuts. And then also, then now I would want to know where DJ has brought you to, where yo, where's the most interesting spots that you've been, meals and stuff like that. Yo, I loved going on vacation, partying, all that stuff. If I'm catching a flight, you have to believe me when I say yo, I'm tapping into the restaurants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I could just travel and just eat where I land, and the most poppin' dishes, that's what I'm doing.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited to if you do meet him and just have those questions. Those are definitely interesting questions.
Yeah.
That's lit. So what type of events do you like to play at?
It varies. Cause one of the best crowds that I've had was opening up for Masego.
Okay.
And I was at Sheminsky, so that's cool. The club is cool.
Okay.
But the recent gig that I was most excited about was the one at JD Sports.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just because it's you can visibly see if you affecting people shopping in the store. You know, they'll go and dance or whatever. So that was dope for me. So it really depends on my mood.
I feel you. Did you play upstairs on?
Yeah.
You don't feel like it was kind of like secluded? Like,
It was, but I got to see everybody. Like it was weird. And I'm not gonna lie, I had the volume on a level that I shouldn't have had it at.
me too.
But but had I had like a monitor,
Thank you. Thank you. That's why. That's why.
like I remember calling Ash and I was like, yo, I gotta go to Guitar Center. And she's like, why? Like, what do you need? I was like, headphones, because I can't like I don't DJ with headphones.
Oh.
So it's like I had to really go and buy a pair just to DJ at JD Sports because I literally couldn't hear nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. And last question: where is one place where you love to DJ anywhere in the world?
Oh man. The generic person in me would like to say like Dubai.
Uh huh. It's not a bad place.
Yeah, nah. But I would love to see what Helsinki is like.
Helsinki.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
I think is that Finland?
Helsinki? I want to look it up.
Because I had a bunch of homies from Helsinki, and they was just like that. The nightlife over there was interesting as hell. Yeah, it's a city in Finland.
Capital of Finland.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there, and then probably like France. I was supposed to go to France to play at something called the Iskabel party.
Okay.
So I really hope that spins the block and like I end up being able to go because I would love to experience that.
Definitely. I see you there. I see you more travels 2022. Definitely more
Yes, ma'am.
more everything 2022. I'm excited to continue to see your journey, see you go. And you know, you have my support. 100%.
Appreciate you. And like I said, we're gonna be on a whole bunch of flyers together to come. So y'all be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, look out definitely for that. Let the people know where they can follow you and find your information.
Yeah, on Instagram, proper PROPER.Edakit EDAKIT.
Make sure you follow him. And once again, it's your girl Nikki Anticss. DocuDJ. Listen, next week, y'all, is the season finale. We here, we made it. I think it was like 13, 12 episodes, and you know, we've been going from November. So I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, if you have not seen past episodes, go right now on YouTube, type in DocuDJ, Nikki Anticss, and those episodes will pop up. Big up Rise Radio for having a girl every Monday.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all. Always the whole team. Big up yourself. And yeah, make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, follow DocuDJ, follow Nikki Anticss. And you know how we always do. We gonna vibe out. Ay, ooh.